No, I didn't drop the soap or any gay shit like that. I didn't pay one speeding ticket. Next thing you know, put your hands behind your back, cops feeling my nuts and shit. Had to spend a few days there. Not a fun experience. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
Backwoods packages litter tabletops. Gone off that shit, my eyes lower than your stable stock.
Hello everyone, The Forest here, made today to do this commentary video for this week. And this has been quite of a eventful week, kind of. Because here's the thing though, besides Leafy getting arrested, I didn't see a fucking beef between the biggest rapper in the fucking world, which is Drake, beefing with fucking Anthony Fantano. I hate Anthony Fantano, so the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Drake doesn't fucking know me, but we're both brown, so that's pretty epic. When I first saw these fucking DMs between Drake and Fantano, I thought they were faked by some fan with some overactive imagination, imagining some shit like that. You know, they're schizophrenic and all that stuff, but no, they're fucking real, and they were leaked by Drake himself. Holy fucking hell, man. And you can tell that this nigga did his fucking research wells because he just put his entire fucking life, Anthony Fantano's life, at a light decent 1. Because 1, he somehow wiped up a black girl, and he's alive. Only 2 reasons why it's a 1.
I saw the DM request, and I looked at it, and yeah, it was a bit of a diss. It was a salty little DM. It was quite sad and unfortunate. A couple of things were running through my head. 1, why is Drake messaging me? I'm not 18 years of age. That's kind of weird. That's the first thing I was thinking. Second thing after reading these DMs and being quite disappointed in their quality, thinking like, should I fire back? Should I say something? No. I'm going to leave Drake on red, just like all the other thirsty bitches in my DMs.
You don't get thirsty bitches in your fucking DMs. What the fuck are you talking about? You fucking don't.
I mean, do I think sometimes he has a tendency to overreact, be a little impulsive or emotional? Yes, but that's because I know him, because we both have that Scorpio energy.
Shut the fuck up. Please, shut the fuck up. On the next rolling post, it's about Dream selling some fucking bracelet that holds his fucking old baby pictures, his old emails or some shit like that. You can't do a fucking face reveal, which is actually kind of understandable in his position, even though I haven't seen much of him in legitimate conversation as it was back in 2021. Like, he's still really big, but at the same time though, it's like people are talking about him less, but still, he is very big. It'd be kind of like a risk for him to actually show his face. He's probably gonna get killed. Actually, no, that's fucking retarded. But it's understandable. But you're gonna show your fucking baby pictures, and not your actual face. Pussy. But people are gonna still buy it, so it's kind of just a win for him, you know? I never really understood on why people do this. They bring an entire plate of food, probably the drinks too, next to their monitor, next to their computer. They play some YouTube video and start eating. Why? Isn't eating just enough stimulation for you people? I never understood this shit! Alright, this is gonna be the main showdown for this entire fucking video. I am recording this through OBS. I just downloaded this entire fucking video because why the fuck not? And I can already tell at the start, we have a content warning, we have mahogany, sexual harassment, racism, anti-Semitism. This is gonna be really fucking fun to react to. I can really tell. So let's get on with this program.
Hello, my child. Have you been sinning recently? Then you should come and join the Fellowship Covenant podcast.
No.
I'm sure you'll say that my suit makes me look goofy.
It's not that it's goofy, it's just over professional for this fucking video. That's just like, why would you, like, okay. Why? Why would you wear a suit for this though? Why? Maybe, I don't know.
And that I'm a massive nerd who's boring and not funny, and that I look like a Discord mod.
I don't think he has used the insult Discord mod. Maybe once before, but not on a consistent basis that you're going off of to make it seem like that you're predicting his predictions about like when he's reacting to this video. You know.
You know what? I'll even help you do your job for you. Here's a picture of me in a diaper.
I'm not even gonna try to insult you, but why would you show this? You could have gotten your entire life without showing this to anybody, let alone on a YouTube channel. Why? Seriously, why? Like, I get the Eminem element of it, you know, like opening every single fucking criticizable element of your life so nobody can criticize you. Making fun of yourself, deprecation, self-deprecation, it's very common in these types of people. But I'm not laughing. I'm seriously, I'm not laughing. I don't even have like a emotioned face of like even ironic laughter or joy. Like, aha, look at this guy. He's fat as no. Why would you show this? This looks like you got like a fetish. What the fuck are you eating? Is that the fucking wood on the floor?
Look how fat and ugly I am. I'm sure your chat will die laughing at that, so don't forget to start spamming L and the whale emoji in the chat. That'll really hurt my feelings.
I think they only do whale emojis for females, not for males. I think they do pigs for males though.
Now, Sneeko is a YouTuber who's most well known for his show 1 Minute Podcast.
No, he's fucking not.
Where he interviews people in the New York...
If he's saying like mainly known for that, no, no.
New York City subway about... Now, anyone with more than 2 brain cells obviously knows that women are 3-dimensional human beings who do use logic and do have more value than just their bodies. But
why do these people always articulate themselves like that? Why? They always say it in the most like complicated way. You could have just said, now with anybody who is not dumb knows that women are humans too. You could have just said that. Why that, bro?
Somehow, through sheer arrogance and absolutely terrible arguments riddled with logical fallacies...
Oh, it's gonna be one of those fucking videos!
You need to talk about how I'm problematic and disgusting. I feed your family.
Obviously, some of us are gonna make videos criticizing you.
Okay, to be fair though, Sneeko does raise a point about them kind of looking the same. Obviously, this guy looks completely different from this guy, but they have the same type of mental functionality. And this is gonna sound like very schizo, but just bear with me. Why do they articulate the same exact fucking way? There's at least like 5 points or -5 points onto the similarities of how they do it. They always sound condescending as fuck. You know, condescending. I'm a fucking retard. You know, in some way, shape, or form.
About 50% of Sneeko's content is him just repeating what someone just said in a condescending tone.
Because you guys, this is because, oh my fucking god, okay. It's because most people who are not you, or who are not a part of your political fucking sphere, view you and perceive you as condescending cunts. That's why he does that in a condescending tone, because he's not doing it separately, you know. Oh, let me take what he says and put it in the condescending tone. He's just saying, oh, let me take what he says and spew it out. And they so ever happen to sound like they're condescending, because you niggas are condescending.
From a dude like him.
From a dude like him who's toxic.
About some pretty serious implications that we're going to get into later.
Some allegations that...
See, you can hear it from the other guy that he is reacting to, that he sounds kind of a bit condescending. Or at least a bit too self-righteous. I don't know if that's the right word, but there's something around that lane of just sounding like that. That's why he's just imitating them.
Sneeko, a masterclass on logical fallacies. First of all, what exactly is a logical fallacy? It is the use...
I thought logical fallacies were made by a fucking nerd who got mad at somebody just calling them names while in an argument, so they just made up all this bullshit and all that stuff. But no, it's an actual thing that was made thousands of years ago by Greek philosophers and all that shit. So
Got all of the definitions of the logical fallacies I'll be using in this video from a website called logicallyfallacious.com. You realize that he has done a lot of the things he makes fun of other men for doing. For example, Sneeko went on an unhinged 12-minute rant calling Danny Gonzalez a beta male because he wore his girlfriend's makeup as a joke.
Just staple this in your mind as exactly
Okay, to be fair, Danny Gonzalez looks like a fucking ghost in this frame. Holy shit. Holy shit.
what not to be. This is what happens when you go online too much.
He looks like he has no soul. I'm not even saying that because he looks feminine and he's just probably is, you know, liberal. I'm not even, liberal is such a cancer word because most people usually lobby and fucking left-leaning. Just, he's probably left-leaning and all that stuff, you know. Fuck, look at him. Does he look like he's alive? I'm not even trying to make fun of him. He just, does he look like he has some soul in him? Probably not.
He also mentions that he's worn his sister's high heels before.
Does that make me gay if I put on some high heels?
It's not gay unless you go outside. No, I'm kidding.
And I found this clip of him trying on his girlfriend's corset.
Okay, that actually looks fucking... That is crazy. Nah, I don't really care.
Another example, Sneeko made fun of Papa Gut for having stuffed animals in his room.
You're not gonna see you have a bunch of those stuffed animals.
Well, wait, hold on.
Also, wait. Run that shit back. Run that shit back. I need to see something. Papa Gut has fucking Funko Pops! Oh my god!
Yet, what's that on Sneeko's bed in the background of his videos? A big stuffed
I don't think, yeah.
teddy bear.
Also, this voice is not... Oh my... His voice is so fucking staid, I want to kill myself.
Who also accused Hassan of being slightly bisexual and attacked him for being fruity.
H3 and H3 and Hasanabi are the same pussy men who side with women, who just become bitches, who are like a little bisexual.
I mean... Is he wrong?
And embrace the fruity shit.
Yet, a few months ago, Sneeko revealed that he is slightly bisexual because he sometimes fantasizes about men.
Have you ever looked at a person of the same sex and felt attracted in a sexual way? I'm gonna say, chat, we're being honest. We're being honest. It's happened.
But has... Look, if you a nigga... I'm not gonna say anything.
Right? It's like, no one's gonna be 100% straight. It's like a spectrum.
So it feels very weird that you're attacking another person because you think they're slightly bisexual. It seems to me like maybe you're uncomfortable with your own sexuality.
Oh, the classic, oh, you're just a closeted homosexual. This is literally just that one meme where it's like you have a thought in your mind, but you say something different outside. It's because these people have this type of rhetoric that is very common, that is actually quite homophobic in some way, shape, or form. Let me explain. Just hear me out. Why would you... This is like in a very subtle way. Why would you shame somebody for being closeted? Isn't that homophobic? Why... Even if they're not, you know, closeted gay or anything like that. Why? Why? Usually you would hear from these people like, oh, you're probably secretly gay, you know? You probably go to those sites, you know? You probably, you know, secretly, sometimes even trans, you know, some shit like that. Those are the most common ones. If they are maybe probably like more terminally online. This guy isn't that terminally online, but he's just saying, you know, that in different words, in a more different articulation.
So that's causing you to lash out to other people who you perceive as fruity. Sneeko tried to emasculate Zach from the H3 podcast for wearing nail polish.
not one.
That guy has nail polish on it. Like, it's like that's.
Okay, but seriously though, if I ever have nail polish in my on my nails, like that is the end of the forest. Actually, that's too dramatic. It's too gay and dramatic. But you get what I'm saying, right? No, actually, deadass. Can anybody like have? Does anybody have like one of those like an enhanced fucking zoom shit and zoom into their feet and zoom into his fucking feet. That sounds really weird, but zoom into his feet. Does he have nail polish?
The point that I'm trying to make is, when you try to force your extremely narrow view of masculinity onto other men, it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass when you realize that you've done a bunch of the things you criticize other men for doing.
Okay, that is one point I do actually agree with, wholly, but in a completely different fucking way. I sound like XUC. I sound like that fucking autistic Canadian motherfucker. There has to be some opposite. There has to be some opposite in the world, alright? This is something I wanted to fucking mention in some way, shape, or form, because I tried to do it in the form of utopias, but that turned out to be the video why, you know? There has to be some opposites in the world. You can't have just one singular thing to be dominant in one fucking area. That's retarded. There has, or at least to not get rid of the idea of the opposite thing. We have to have death to know what's life. We have to know what being poor, at least in the mindset. We have to know what poor is in order to know what is rich. We have to know what is retarded to know, okay, this is intelligent. We have to know the boring to know the exciting. We have to know the fucking enthusiastic to know who is just dull. We have to know on who is masculine to know who's the feminine. And then sometimes there is in between, you know, for example, for what I said, there's androgyny, but those people are usually the most, I don't want to say like as an overgeneralization, you know, type of thing, but those people are usually kind of more confused, which begets misery and all that stuff. I'm not saying that, oh, if you're androgynous, you're automatically, or no, if you don't exhibit a more leaning way of feminine or masculine traits, you're just miserable. You can be masculine and miserable. You can be feminine and miserable as well. Maybe, I don't know. But we have to know on who is the left-leaning people to know who is the right-leaning people. We have to know the extremes to know on who is the majority. People like to, and this is gonna be kind of like this is gonna be very deep into the video, so I hope somebody just at least listens to me and don't like twist my words in any type of way. People think automatically that if your opinion is on the extreme, you're probably automatically violent with who you are. That is retarded. Because they get this imagery, they get this like video imagery from the news, from mainstream media, from Twitter and all that bullshit, you know. I'm not saying Twitter as alone, just from other sources and all that stuff that they get this from this. Usually, I think most people who haven't shared their opinions, either from hesitancy of being called an extremist, because people would automatically think from outside context that they are probably a violent person, they probably do bullshit in real life, you know. And usually it's from like the whole like rioting and all that stuff from the Proud Boys and then from the Antifa. Like there's a ring to it when people say the alt-right, but there's never a ring to it when you say the alt-left. Nobody fucking says the alt-left. Do you know what alt-leftists are? Communists. Do you know what the alt-right are? The alt-right is fascists. But it wouldn't sound and it wouldn't have the same ring if you were to call someone a communist. Nobody would care. But if you call someone a fascist, kill that man. Ban him everywhere. You know, you call someone a communist, he's still up everywhere. But if you call someone a fascist, he's banned everywhere. He's debanged. He's just fucked, you know? He can't get any jobs and all that stuff. You know? So, sorry for that big, huge side tangent, but I just really wanted to say that. It's just been in my mind for so fucking long. But let's get back to this fucking video.
I would much rather live in a world where men can do whatever the fuck they want to do because who gives a shit, but if we're gonna live in Sneeko world where trying on girls make...
Okay, I hate when people say like, insert nigga's name world, Astral World, 8 people got killed. No, actually that's not a good joke, but it's just a nitpicky nitpicky thing I just want to say.
Up getting your nails done and having stuffed animals makes you a beta, then Sneeko is a massive fucking beta. Sneeko also made fun of Anna Marie Forcino for saying that she had experienced trauma.
People who struggle mentally as a result of trauma!
Okay, that's kind of funny.
You fucking basic assholes!
However, Sneeko has talked about how he has trauma from watching other men fuck his girlfriend at a sex party.
And my girl's right here, and she's like, and I'm like, oh, yo, I'm like feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her. I was literally having PTSD watching that. I was like having war flashbacks.
According to Sneeko, trauma is only valid if someone has gone to war.
What, you're 18 in trauma? What, you didn't go to war?
But as far as I know, watching another man fuck your girlfriend wouldn't classify as going to war. I mean, you did watch his battleship enter her harbor, so that's kind of like going to war.
That was not a good joke.
Yes. Look, Sneeko, I think getting cucked is totally valid if that's what you're into.
What?
But under your alpha male worldview, getting cucked is not valid. You like to praise Andrew Tate a lot on your channel.
And these are, I think, most of these are just gonna be stemming from the sources of his old shit, like his old, quote unquote old, probably like 5 months ago, 6 months ago. These types of people praise like the whole like rehabilitation type of thing. Most likely, I don't really know about him specifically, but most likely, I'm not saying that he does definitely, just most likely, I don't know. And these people do believe in the do believe wholly that actually no, they don't wholly believe in the whole like, oh, this person can change a lot of stuff. They only say that when people are switching to their sides. But if it's somebody who has conviction, if it's somebody who came from maybe from a neutral, maybe from even their side, then to the other side, then they would say, oh no, he said this, he did this, he did that, he did this before, he did this, he said this, he did that, he did that. You know niggas change, right? You know niggas change in time, you know?
Well, all I'm gonna say is we'll say 1 second that what he's doing isn't bullying and harassment.
Am I a bad person or am I just loud? I'm not harassing and bullying.
But then the next second, he'll say that we do need to bring bullying back and that what he's doing is bullying.
Okay, but seriously though, we do. Because, holy shit. Some of the stuff I've seen people my age, even younger, say and do wouldn't exist, wouldn't happen if that was still a thing. At least in the form that most people think about when they say we need to bring back bullying. It isn't the hardcore, let's make this guy kill himself type of bullying. It's more of a banter type of bullying. But with a bit of like hint of like legitimate criticism, legitimate constructive criticism. Like, hey yo bro, what the fuck you doing? Why are you doing this? You know? But in a more kind of a harsher way to get across the message. Of course, sometimes that won't work well. That may actually, you know, make someone fuck themselves up in ways that are unintended, but fuck these fucking people.
Or is brainwashed.
You're a bot.
By calling everyone that he disagrees with bots, Sneeko implies that they couldn't have possibly arrived at their opinions through logic and reason. They had to have arrived at them because they were manipulated.
I mean, everybody is manipulated.
Sneeko says that he thinks liberals make extremely boring content.
They do. They do. But some of them are good. But the ones that are like video essayists, just like you know, like you!
People are just genuine bots. Bots. Anyone who's in a mall is a bot. You're a bot. Bots. Bots. You're a bot. Bots!
But I never see you niggas do this.
Sneeko will also criticize left-leaning people's content for being too long.
51-minute video? Damn, Destiny.
Which makes Next, we'll look at the
Oh my
fallacy
God.
of hasty generalization, which is, for example, one justification Sneeko gives for why he thinks feminism is bad is because it makes every single girl in the West believe in astrology.
Where do you hear all this feminist stuff?
Every day from every single girl. Astrology,
Like
every
online?
single girl in the West believes in bullshit ass astrology. Every single one.
However,
Obviously, this motherfucker does not know about figure of speech. He obviously does not mean that he has met every single girl in the West and every single girl unanimously believes in astrology. Obviously, that's bullshit. Obviously, I get where you're trying to come from, but you're kind of retarded and not kind of realizing the figure of speech that he's saying. Whenever somebody says, oh, everyone's like this, they don't actually mean every single one of these people are like this. They probably just mean a good chunk of them are like this. A good, very noticeable chunk of them are like this. Not everybody, literally everybody, but just a good chunk of them that it kind of makes it look like it's everybody.
in reality, only 30% of women in
What the fuck? That is a lot of people still. 30% of women in America. Let's split the fucking population in half, okay? Let's split the population in half just to assume that it's a perfect 50-50 ratio of men and women in America. Now let's go into the woman fucking numbers and divide that by 30%. That is still a lot of people. And men, that is still a lot of people. Hispanics, blacks, that is a lot of people still.
So this entire argument is based on a hasty generalization, not based in reality. But even if feminism somehow made a huge percentage of women believe in astrology, this would still not be a valid argument against equality for women. Personally, I don't believe in astrology because I don't think there's any evidence to support it. But in America, we have this thing called religious freedom.
Okay.
Which means that we shouldn't look down on other people just because they have different spiritual or religious beliefs than us. I strongly disagree with many spiritual and religious beliefs.
I can tell.
But I don't think
Most of the hate for astrology is just that most of the people who believe in it are just like the most surface level thing is just that they're all fucking annoying. That can be said for any religion, but it's just kind of special annoying because, and this is where it kind of gets a bit deeper, it's because it's actually bullshit. And even if it was real, who would fucking care what type of star sign you were? Because these people usually latch onto these star signs like Virgo, Aries, Scorpio, whatever the fuck it is, because they attribute them like characteristics, like features of like their own like character to make themselves feel good. That's why people do not like astrology. That's why Sneeko does not like it. That's
just like some men are unintelligent, but all of the data shows that men and women are equally intelligent. Decades of research show that there are no gender differences in IQ.
okay, but here's the thing though. Will there ever be a female Beethoven? Will there ever be a female fucking any big fucking world leader that has been in the history of mankind? And don't say like, oh, what about what was that bitch's name? I think it was Elizabeth from Russia. It wasn't Elizabeth, but it was some empress from Russia in like in the mid 17th century, around that time. No.
Studies actually show that men tend to overestimate their intelligence and women tend to underestimate their intelligence because of the untrue stereotype that men are more intelligent than women.
You made the societies.
Like how the more dick women take, the more insane they get.
That's a funny concept. Holy
The more
shit.
dicks the girls take, the more insane they get, the more crazy they become, the more toxic they get.
I haven't seen any peer-reviewed studies showing a correlation between taking the belief or suggestion that natural is better than unnatural based on its naturalness. Many people adopt this as a default belief. It is the belief that what is natural must be good and what is unnatural must be bad.
I mean,
Sneeko also believes that the patriarchy is good because it's natural.
And that's natural, that's biology. So when we go against our natural biology, something is wrong.
Just because males tend to dominate females in nature doesn't make it morally good. You could use this logical fallacy to justify something like cannibalism.
what? What?
Innate wrong.
I hate when people. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I think I've actually unlocked something in my mind right now. Okay. I hate when these people, they take this one small thing that this nigga says, just any nigga says, and blow it up. Blow that shit up to other unrelated bullshit and say, okay, if you say this, you know, this and this and this and that, then you must mean that you actually support, you know, this and that, you know, like this and that, and like, you're retarded, right?
It's not even true.
Okay, so
Every
what?
single one, every animal.
There are many societies in nature that are matriarchal.
Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna kill myself.
Lemurs, ants, linked to identity politics. People like Sneeko are usually against identity politics.
I think people like Sneeko are opposed to identity politics in the way of it is done. Not in itself, in its entirety, but the way it's done, which is mostly annoying and also just unnecessary. Those are the two main things that people mostly focus on. But people do play into that shit. Maybe even I do without myself even knowing. Maybe I do it, but maybe in a joking way and some shit like that. And most people do kind of enjoy that shit, but most people, usually coming from the left, being seen by other people hate it. People hate that type of identity politics when it's just like some bullshit, you know?
Now, everyone knows that people who wear white t-shirts are idiots. And look at this moron who...
Oh my god. It's not... when these leftists, video essayists, when these people just try to mirror like these, like usually right wing or just non-leftist people, the way that they do their shit, it usually comes out cancer. What the fuck are you talking about? What
always
the
wears
fuck?
a white t-shirt. We don't need to listen to anything.
Nobody ever does this, by the way. These people are masterminds at making imaginary shit happen. No, making imaginary scenarios in their mind, trying to make them look like they're real. All right.
He says because we already know it'll be stupid. This would be poisoning the well. It is completely illogical to make ridiculous claims like that you can somehow know someone's opinions are incorrect just by looking at them.
Okay, but there is like a thing called, like, actually, there was this one story from this one book I read. I'm not gonna say the name of the book because it's like people are gonna say, "Oh, that's fucking corny" and all that bullshit. There was this one doctor who could fucking tell, and it made him look like he was like a psychic who could fucking tell that just by the way that nigga, that a chick walks, that, oh shit, they may be having a fucking affair. You know, there is some validity to that. Some of the fucking quote unquote logical fallacies that you people like to say and put them out like fucking Pokemon cards in these types of debates. Actually, not Pokemon cards, it's just like cards in a regular poke game, whatever it's called. Some of them can be valid, you know, appeal to authority, appeal to nature. Like, we're not meant to be in like all this fucking just in the square room and all that shit all the fucking time. You have to go outside in nature. Well, you would say, "Oh, that's appeal to nature. That's appeal to nature." Actually, no, that sounds more retarded than what you sound like. But you get what I'm saying around that sphere of thing, you know.
But I think the tactic Sneeko uses more than any other tactic is he'll predict something about someone, and then if that prediction comes true, he uses this as evidence that their opinions are incorrect.
Okay, the three people on the top are like you three.
And he just does that because it's kind of like a comedic effect. I don't think he, even in his own mind, uses it as like a way to invalidate other people's opinions. I think he just does it because he will know that people will laugh at it, because 9 out of the 10 times that he has done this shit, you know, he is right, you know?
Okay, you all are Democrats. Are you all Democrats? You all voted for Biden? We know how many fucking shots you took. We know who you voted for. We know you got your gender pronouns in your bio.
Okay, yeah, the thing with the gender pronoun shit, it's just retarded. It's retarded. Why do people autistically hyperfixate on pronouns in bios? It used to be kind of like a thing that we used to make fun of, you know, like, oh, this guy, you know, honestly, it usually was with people who have their actual face in their profile pics. Like, bro, we can already tell you're a nigga, you know, you don't need to have he, him. It was seen as just unnecessary. But when I guess, well, no, like, you know, with she, her, like, obviously we can fucking tell that you're a girl, okay? It's unnecessary. But now it's become this, like, have you ever went to, like, a normal Twitter, like, profile before with the pronoun shit? Can't you at least, like, kind of agree? Like, sometimes they might not even be, actually, probably most of the times. Let's say I'm gonna make up a bullshit statistic. There's no peer review studies here. A good maybe like 85%, just to give them maybe 80%. 80% of them probably have the same opinions that he predicts in those types of poisoning the well attempts. You know, 80% of them have that when they have like the pronoun shit: he, him, they, them, she, her. God forbid neo pronouns, but that's kind of more of the eternally, no, infinitely, chronically online people for, you know, they're stupid, yes, but like most people in real life don't really use that shit, you know. If they were to use it in real life, they would be bullied. Not saying that I wanted to be bullied, not even in the traditional way of being bullied. It's just like, bro, you're a retard.
Just because you can predict something about someone doesn't mean you've debunked their arguments. If I look at this person,
oh my fucking god,
I can probably predict that they voted for Trump, and I can also probably predict what a lot of their opinions are, but that does not mean that I have debunked their opinions. Someone can be predictable and still be correct. Now, I do agree it can be fun to dunk on someone for being predictable. Sneeko is also incredibly predictable. If you watch a few hours of Sneeko's content, you can basically start to predict everything he's gonna say. He yells a lot, insults people's appearances, calls men weak if they don't subscribe to his worldview, calls women inferior, tells people that they need to wake up from the Matrix and that they're a bot if they have any progressive opinions. It's all incredibly predictable. But pointing out that...
Because I mean, to be fair, most of the fucking institutions and most of the fucking mainstream media and all that shit is mostly progressive, so would it be necessarily wrong to say that you're kind of a bot or a sheep? You know, the classical term sheep, that you have those types of things. Maybe you watch CNN. I don't know. Actually, that's kind of fucking retarded, but it's like, it usually goes like this, you know, someone who is in a more hated ideology, like, says that the ideology that is more promoted in the society and the people who believe that ideology is a sheep, you know. Like, I mean, all that shit.
I actually empathize with incels because loneliness is really tough. But I think the best advice to give incel
He doesn't sound very empathetic in that statement, though. Just by that tone.
next is false dichotomy, when only two choices are presented yet more exist, or a spectrum of possible choices exists between two extremes. Sneeko likes to speak in false dichotomies rather than acknowledge that things in the world are often much more nuanced. Either take the red pill or...
Yeah, that's kind of to go back to what I was saying earlier. You know, that whole schizo theory thing. There has to be in between there too. Sometimes there's no in between. Sometimes there is. You know, the masculine, feminine, and the androgynous. There has to be indecisiveness to know the inactive and to know the decisive. You know, you can apply this to any other thing if you want to.
I know you want me to call you a toxic, problematic incel, but I'm not going to call you any of those things. I'm going to call you stupid. You are stupid and you are promoting dangerous,
Hey, that's an ad hominem attack.
dumb ideas that aren't based in reality that make life worse for everyone. You've called an abortion doctor a witch who should be burned at the stake.
Abortion's cringe. They should.
Witch! Burn you at the stake!
You've pretended to violently have sex with women you don't like.
Yeah, shut up with your feminism. Yeah, come here.
And put out videos like why consent is a complete joke and
Okay.
promoted the conspiracy theory that Jewish people are running the world, which is the exact thing that led to the fucking Holocaust. In your
Damn. Is it? No, I'm not gonna say that.
crusade to become a free... So, Sneeko, I think it's time for you to put on your big boy pants and start actually making some logical arguments. Maybe you could even start doing some research so the shit you spew from your...
Okay, but if he does some research, you're gonna say, actually no, that research is actually not peer reviewed. Actually no, that research is not good. You know, what the fuck is he gonna do? Because obviously he doesn't want to become like you. Obviously, you people. At least maybe not you. Not you. I know it's not you. But why would he... Why?
mouth is actually back. I didn't make this video for Sneeko. I made this video to educate my...
And why the fuck would you have him in the fucking...
my audience about logical fallacies, and I made it in the hopes that just one person from Sneeko's audience will realize that he is full of shit and start down the path of viewing the world through empathy and caring about evidence.
Don't trust people who just say empathy as like that. They are probably not the most empathetic people you will ever fucking meet. Him, I don't think so. Me, I don't know. Kind of like gray area, like no, I don't know. No.
So I've made a little sketch called "If Sneeko and Alex Jones Were the Same Person."
Oh no.
Recently, the woke mob has been trying to deplatform me. It's because they're scared of the truth. When you've been living your whole life in lies and you finally hear the truth, it scares you.
I want to actually die. I want to fucking die. He looks like Eggy. He looks like the... Holy shit. He looks like...
Because they only suppress the truth for so long. So these beta soy boy liberal bots try to debunk my arguments with data and evidence and logical fallacies. Data and evidence are lies from the government. The only data that matters is what you can see with your eyes. Because the eyes are the gateways to truth. If someone tries to debunk your arguments with scientific data, that's because they've been brainwashed by Bill Gates and the jab. So they say, it's time to take your 17 booster for the monkey flu, and before you know it, you're working around transgender thoughts.
No. Want to know something? If you ever been on Twitter and like, this is the exact representation of those types of jokes on Twitter from people who are usually, you know, communist or left-leaning leftists. This is the perfect video because not only is it not funny, not only is it just like, holy shit, this is very cringe. Not only is it just like mind-numbing, it's just like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing... Like, I know why, but deeper sense, like, why? This is fucking dog shit.
Unless you've been told that women should...
And also, these guys literalize fucking everything. That's... I almost forgot to mention that point. I was gonna, like, do it... Because I usually do these, like, big fucking walls of text, because usually I just do them because I forget, like, oh shit, I could, like, you put this, and this, and that, you know, at this part or this part, you know, additional thoughts. Not because I'm a leftist and I just, oh, you know, like that, you know, big walls of text, you know, on the internet. You know what I'm saying exactly, you know? Yeah, I don't need to show an image for that, but fuck.
So good!
I can tell this guy went to fucking band class. Ain't no fucking way he did not. This is not funny. This was supposed to be a skit and would have made me laugh. The only time it made me laugh was in that fucking ridiculous ass frame. Nothing else is of substance that made me fucking like, oh, I like this guy. Not a single fucking thing. I watched the entire thing. I'm not like Sneeko. I'm the Forest. And this is just dog shit, alright? Thank you for watching this video. And watching me dunk on this motherfucker right here. Have yourselves a good day, or night. Have yourselves a good fucking damn one.